Hello and welcome to the sixth episode of the Dugout Podcast. I'm your host, Alexander Cruikshanks. I'm joined by my two co-hosts. Today I've got Ethan Barlow in person with me and Laurie Finlayson on the Zoom. How you doing, Ethan?
Yeah, doing good. How's yourself?
I not bad. Getting excited for the Euros. What about yourself, Laurie?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I mean, as we record this, I suppose it's not too long until I jet off. And it
Yeah.
feels like it's all people are talking to me about now. And then how long is it till we go to Germany? How are you getting there, etc. That's a
You
lot
two
of
are
the
lucky.
conversations I've been having with people with.
I'll be here in a pub going, oh God, it's 8-0. So, but today we're just going to jump into it. We're going to do a whole tournament bracket predictions, top scorer, dark horses sort of prediction, that sort of thing. But we'll just jump into it. I'll just start off. We'll go group by group and say each other's thing, and then get into the knockouts. So first of all, Group A, Scotland's group. I'll go from fourth to first. So I've got Switzerland in last, Hungary in third, which means I've got Scotland in second. That's wishful thinking on my part, and I think Germany will win this group at a canter. Do you want to take it away, Laurie?
Okay, so again, I'll do it the same as you did, Alex. So Switzerland finishing dead last, Scotland finishing third, Hungary in second, and Germany again winning the group rather easily.
Cool, cool. So he's not got as much faith in the Tartan army as I do.
Yep. For mine, I think mine's is the most realistic one. Actually, well,
Oh,
I've not got Scotland last, so maybe not the most realistic one. But in last, I've got Hungary.
that's
I think
crazy.
they've got obviously a good squad, but I don't think they've got as well-rounded teams as the other three.
See if I was realistic and I put Scotland in third, I, I would have had Hungary in second because
I
I think Hungary are better than Switzerland.
I disagree.
I was, I was going to say, I think mine's maybe most realistic.
I think Hungary. I think they've got a good team, obviously. Um, But I think they're looking at their main man, Dominic Szoboszlai. I'm terrible at pronunciation of that name, but I think they'll finish last, and I think we'll just get off the mark in third, and I think we will squeeze through into our first knockout stage of any championship. And I think Switzerland, they have a well-rounded squad of experienced players, and I think Germany will win the group.
I think Switzerland are caught in between two generations. They've got Shaqiri and
Yeah,
Xhaka and that, and they've also got the young like Okafor. I think they're caught. I don't think Okafor's
Mhm.
he's good, but I don't
Yeah,
think he's there yet. That's my opinion on Switzerland.
I think
But yeah,
I think
well,
that's a good point. Switzerland, I think that's a good point. It's almost a bit like Croatia, but they're a worse team. Or we're a worse team.
hmm
Yeah.
but yeah, move on to Group B.
Yes. Well,
Um,
speaking of Croatia,
yeah, I'll go fourth to first again. Albania. Um, I think if they're to get anything, it'll take a miracle. Unfortunately for them. Then I've got Italy in third. Italy's squad isn't that great. Ethan, we were talking before, they don't really have a striker. Scamacca, do you really want Scamacca leading the line for you? I mean, he's good, but this has been his first good season in a while. So, second, I have Spain. First, I have Croatia, top in the group. I think Ethan disagrees with me a lot on Croatia, but I just think they've still got that quality overall. They've got Gavardio, a rock at the back. He's old, but Luka Modric, class as always. And I think they'll have enough to come out of the group on top. Do you want to give us yours, Laurie?
okay, so Albania at the bottom, pretty much there to make up numbers. I've put Croatia in third, maybe
To
controversially.
make up the numbers.
Yeah, Albania
Uh,
making up numbers. Feels like
Violation.
Maybe that was a little bit harsh. Sorry to any Albanians listening or people who have Albania in sweepstakes. Croatia in third. That's probably equally controversial as my last comment. Italy in second, and Spain to win the group.
I completely agree with your prediction, Laurie. I've got the exact same. I think Albania will slump to the bottom. I think they're very unlikely to get any points. They might do, and I'm sure if they do, that'll be an impressive run for them. Third, I think Croatia. I think they are aging too much. They've obviously done well in pretty much all of the last major championships, but I think it has got to come to an end at some point. And if obviously they've got likes of Guardiola and that, the younger players are hitting their primes, but I think Modric aging, not playing for Real Madrid, will be a determining factor. And I think Italy, they are not the same team. They obviously not the same team that won the championship 4 years ago or 3 years ago, in fact. And I just don't think they have as good a team. And I think Scotland might have knocked Spain into life when we beat them. I think they've been pretty solid since then. They obviously thrashed Northern Ireland last night, 5-1, and I just think they can go far in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. I think Spain are something to be reckoned with, but you mentioned there about Croatia doing well, that I think they'll just get something about them.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get a soft spot for them, I don't know. On to Group C, Slovenia in fourth, Serbia in third, Denmark in second, England in first. I think this is cut and dry. I think Denmark could get a draw against England. I think a lot of people are underestimating how good of a side they are. But yeah, I think that's pretty simple order for me. Anyone disagree with that?
No.
Yes. Yep. So just to make sure I heard that right, did you put Denmark in second?
Yeah,
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 yeah. So I think we're all in agreement there.
yeah.
I think, but I do think Slovenia shouldn't be underestimated. I think they've got good strikers, and
They're good at the top and they're
yeah,
good at the back with the All Black there.
yeah, and they are 70th ranked in the world, which is obviously even a lot higher than Scotland. But I don't think that's
lower.
a lot lower. Yeah,
Stop trying
sorry,
to do us a disservice, mate.
no,
We're
higher
not
number.
lower.
Sorry, lower in the
We're
rankings.
not that bad. We're not under Alex McLeish anymore.
Yeah. But I think they will cause the other teams problems. But I do see, as Alex said, I think that will be the order. But I do think England. I don't think they're gonna canter through the group. I think Denmark and Serbia will have problems for them, especially how England have been playing recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on to Group D, bottom I've got Poland, third I've got the Netherlands, second I've got Austria, and first I've got France. Now you might think I'm a bit silly for putting Austria in second over the Netherlands, but Austria have a really, really good side. I'm a bit of a I'm a bit of a nerd sometimes, and I've been sort of diving into it. They're good, and see the intensity that they play at, and they can all gegenpress, which is very rare under Ragnick. So I think they're going to cause some problems, definitely. And I don't think the although this sounds silly because they beat us 4-0 or 4-1 or whatever, but I think they're that good. See from playing them, they gave up chances, and if we'd taken them, we could have got something from the game. And I think they're there to be got at, and that's why I think they'll finish third in the group. Laurie, what's your order for this one?
I mean, you probably think I'm being a little bit controversial. Maybe I'm now thinking about it from listening to you there. I've been a little bit harsh on Austria. I've put Austria at the bottom
No,
and put
Poland
Poland in
are
third.
awful.
I don't say Poland are
No,
awful.
they're not terrible. They've got an aged out Lewandowski. He's not as what he used to be, and the rest is just guff.
I still think they can cause problems easy. I think this is the strongest group team for team.
I don't know.
I think the Spain, Italy, Croatia one obviously has the three big names, but I think if you're averaging the quality across the four teams, I think you wouldn't be surprised to see any of these teams take points off each other.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think you could say that for three. I think Poland are dreadful. Poland are a bad side.
Poland have been on a good run though. They've not lost, and I think I've not got the number off the top of my head, but I think it's 6 or 7 games.
Poland will finish on 0 points.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah.
I do think they'll finish bottom. I do agree, and I think Austria will finish third. Actually, unlike you said, I think Netherlands will top the group.
That's great.
I think France. I think France will go all the way. It's spoiler. But I think they'll be slow to start. Tchouaméni, he's been injured and
Too many injuries.
no. Tchouaméni's been injured in the midfield, and I think they'll miss him. If he's not back in time, or he won't be fully fit or fully sharp. And I think the Netherlands could take advantage. But I think they've got to play Frimpong.
Right. As I understand, Laurie, I think we jumped in front of you there. You said you had Austria at the bottom. Give us the rest.
Yeah, so Austria at the bottom, Poland in third, that's as much as I'd said. And we've got Netherlands in second, and I've got France topping the group.
Yeah, I've been quite harsh on Austria, I think. Maybe I think sometimes when you look at sides, you don't really see them for what they are unless you properly look into them. I'm just fortunate that I've seen quite a bit on Austria.
I mean, if Austria do well, it might actually put a bit more respect on back on Ralph Rangnick's name after his ill-fated spell at Man United.
Definitely.
Let's not talk about that. But anyway,
yeah, let's not.
Group E. It's interesting. I've got Romania at the bottom. I've got Slovakia in third. I've got Ukraine in second, but I think they could easily finish top. They've got quality players and a good side. I've got Belgium in first. Not a lot to say on this group. It's not a very exciting group, but yeah, that's what I'm going for. Laurie?
Mostly agree in terms of where you've put all the teams. As you say, it's not really a group that captures the imagination whatsoever. I mean, as you say, Ukraine are a good side, and they did really impress me, albeit a little while ago now when they played Scotland in the World Cup playoff. Granted, Scotland didn't show up on that night, but we managed to beat them again. Well, a few months later, but Belgium do probably still have the quality to top the group, although their so-called golden generation is starting to kind of tail off, but still got enough to top this group.
Definitely. The final group, Group F. I just went a bit random over this, a wee bit. I've got Czech Republic bottom. I've got Georgia in third. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about them. I've got Turkey in second and Portugal top. Laurie?
Okay, so I've got Georgia at the bottom. I mean, the minute it starts raining in Germany, and I know in Germany lately they've had issues with flooding. The minute it starts raining in Germany, they'll have a problem. They're fourth. I put Turkey in third, Czech Republic, or Czech now, whatever's correct, in second, and I've got Portugal 2016 winners at the top.
That's controversial. Turkey in third.
Yeah, I think Turkey. Obviously, they were laughed at the last Euros. They were everyone's dark horse, and they went out with a whimper really. But I think this time they'll be back and they'll be better. I think they've got a really solid team. I also think Czech Republic have got a much better team than Georgia. I think we played against Georgia and we were much better than Georgia, and I just I think they're the worst team in the tournament, so I think they will finish bottom, and I think Czech and Turkey and of course Portugal will be too good for them.
Yeah. So you mentioned dark horses there before we get on to the rest of it. Just go over who we think. I think I kind of said all I had to say. Austria are my dark horses. I think they've got a great side, great system, great energy. I think they can cause problems. Laurie, have you got a dark horse for the tournament?
In terms of my dark horse, there's no real rhyme or reason or research. It was one of his picks thinking they might go on a decent run, you never know, was was Czech Republic. It was just one of those teams that I thought they were. And then again, when they played Scotland, albeit it was the last Euros, I remember being quite impressed by them. Of course, they'll have Patrick Schick up front. Um, without the Mohamed for that, I'm assuming he isn't injured or anything like that. I hope for maybe the sake of the tournament he is. I mean, he'll be coming into the tournament with a bit of confidence, I would think. So I've went for Czech Republic again from Group S that I've just done as my dark horse.
Okay, Ethan.
I think Turkey are probably mine. I think this is Arda Güler's breakthrough tournament. I've raved on about him. He's not got a chance at Real this season, but when he has recently, when the league's been wrapped up, his numbers are pretty impressive, and I think
Weak Guller obsession.
he can go right to the top. And I think him and Calhanoglu will spear Turkey on. I don't know how far they'll make it based on the draw, but I think if they're the one to cause an upset against one of the big teams, I think they'll be the team to do that.
Okay, right. So best third place teams. I have Hungary, Italy, Serbia, and the Netherlands there to make it through. I know you guys have different group orders, so we won't totally go through that. I just said that there. In terms of the draw, the way it's worked out for me in the round of 16, I've got Croatia against Hungary. I've got Croatia to beat them. And then I've got Germany, Denmark. Germany hosts. I think they'll go far, taking out Denmark there. Portugal, Serbia. I've got Portugal. Austria, Ukraine. Got Austria to beat Ukraine there. Belgium, Italy. I've got Italy to put out the Belgians. I think that's a match between two sides who aren't very good. So, no, well, in terms of like the top level, you know.
Yeah.
France, Turkey, France by a landslide. England, Netherlands, I've got England. Scotland, Spain. Spain, unfortunately. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
round.
unfortunately. Although hopefully Pedro Porro is playing right back for Spain.
You're just
He'll
dishing
get
these
a bit
out
of flack
tonight,
for you
mate.
if he's having an army.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Ethan. Do you want to give us your bracket?
Yeah, as obviously the third place qualifiers is very difficult to predict, but I've got Scotland, Croatia, Serbia, and Czech Republic to go through, and my round of 16 looks like Spain against Scotland, same as Alex, and I think Spain will have too much for us. I think that is too much of an ask of Scotland. I think Germany will beat Denmark, but previously I thought Germany might be the winners, but it's only friendly games, but I'm looking into them, and they've looked pretty poor in the last two, so I'm not going with them. But I think they will beat Denmark. I think Portugal will beat Serbia. I think France will beat Ukraine. I think Belgium will beat Croatia. I think the Netherlands will beat my dark horse Turkey, but that could be the one where Turkey maybe pull it off against the Netherlands, like Czech Republic did in the last 16 last European Championships. I think England will have quite a smooth run to the latter stages, being Czech Republic. And I think my shock of the last 16 will be Switzerland to beat Italy.
Okay. Laurie, do you want to give us your round of 16?
Okay, so first things first, the third place teams, we've got Scotland, Croatia, Serbia, and the apparently dreadful Poland. And that means the round of 16 looks like this. So, like it's been quite popular. Spain against Scotland. Unfortunately, yeah, Spain are going to beat us. We're not going to get a repeat of that night at Hampden. Germany against Denmark. I think the hosts will go through there, but that could be a good game. Portugal against Serbia. I think Portugal have got that one. Netherlands against Ukraine. I would back the Dutch there. Belgium against Croatia. Battle of two kind of aging golden generations. I've gave the victory to Belgium. France against my dark horses, Czech Republic. I think France will have way too much of them, sadly. Can't back my dark horse away any further. England against Poland. England will win that fairly comfortably, dare I say it. And with Hungary against Italy, and Italy, the reigning champions, will win there.
Okay, on to the quarterfinals. We're getting into the real good stuff now. So I've got Croatia, Germany. I've got Croatia put out the hosts in the quarters. I just think they've got something about them. I've got Portugal, Austria, Portugal to put out my dark horses. Italy, France, and England, Spain. I've got the Spanish to put out England. It's not coming home.
I'm glad to hear it isn't coming home. I mean, it's see if football does come to so-called home, we won't hear the end of it even here in Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, how can you win? How can football be coming home when you can't even beat Iceland?
Exactly.
Twice.
Embarrassing.
Twice.
Really, twice.
Yeah,
We've got previous here.
yeah. Well, Laurie, you give us your quarters.
Yep. So we've got Spain against the host Germany, and I've got the host going through there, but it'll be a tight one. Portugal against the Netherlands, and the 2016 winners are going through there as well. And Belgium against France. France are going through there. And the repeat of the Euro 2020 final. And unfortunately, I'm backing England to get their own back.
Okay, Ethan.
I've got Spain versus Germany, and I think this is where Germany will come to an end. I think Spain will beat them. I think France will get warmed up, and I think they'll start putting some big names in. I think it will start with Portugal. The Netherlands, I think, will put out Belgium. And I think England's easy route towards the final will continue, and they'll beat Switzerland before they have to play anyone that's the elite team.
Okay. So moving on to the semi-finals, I've got Croatia versus Portugal and France versus Spain. And unfortunately, this is where the Croatia's fairy tale ends for me. I think Portugal are an incredible team, and I think they will go through to the final. And then I've got France versus Spain, and France to go through. I think France, once they get going, they'll just be a machine, and it'll take something pretty special to stop them. Although, could a team have that? I'll find out. Laurie, what
So,
about your semi-finals?
so before I get my semis, you're backing for a repeat of the 2016 final then?
I am, yes.
Okay. So, well, for a start, Cristiano Ronaldo will be hoping not to his knee in this time. Anyway, my semi-finals, we've got Germany against Portugal, and I've backed the hosts to actually through to the final, and of course the other semi being France against England, and I've backed France to get through there. So our final is Germany against France.
Okay, Ethan.
I've got Spain v France. I think France will have too much for everybody, as I've already said. I think they'll be my winners. I think they will beat Spain. And then I think England will lose at the first time of playing an elite team, you could say. And I think the Netherlands will go to the final. Maybe a unpopular pick. I think it could go one or two ways, but I think they have got the players to go to the final.
You know, you're getting on at me about Croatia. I think Netherlands are it's like the same thing.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think they've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
some.
Going back to what you said earlier, Alex, Holland aren't worth the hype. I mean, the result they got against Scotland was a bit false because we were arguably the better team for a good bit of that game.
Hmm. Yeah, but that's Ethan's prediction. So
Yeah.
now to the final: Portugal versus France, and I have Portugal to take home the 2024 Euros in Germany. I just think they have a really, really good team overall. Great midfield. Fernandes and Ronaldo have sort of figured out how to play together, and that's something that can't be underestimated. So, yeah, Portugal to beat France. Laurie, what's your Euros final prediction?
Yep, so my final prediction is that France will beat the host Germany. So Germany will get heartbreak in the home final, and France will take home Euro 2024.
Ethan?
I agree with Laurie. I think France will take it. I think they'll beat the Netherlands in the final. Yeah, that's my
Okay,
prediction.
so that's the predictions for the tournament Euro 2024. Some interesting picks from a few people, some controversies. But we'll just, before we go, just run through quickly. Who do you think will be the top scorer? Who do you think will be player of the tournament? And who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise? Just off, I know we haven't really prepped this, but off the top of your head, for me, Harry Kane will probably finish with a golden boot. Player of the tournament, Bruno Fernandes, and biggest surprise, we'll go with who should we go with? Right, or maybe we can go with I'll go with João Neves, the centre midfielder, because might not a lot of people might not know about him.
Um, you got a flop of the tournament? A
Flop of the
that's a
tournament.
flop?
Jude Bellingham doesn't show up in the big games. Ethan,
For my player, the top scorer, sorry, first, I think it will be Harry Kane. I think it's a safe bet. He's on penalties. And
well, he doesn't always score them.
as my route says, England have got some easier fixtures until they go out. So I think he will rack up the most goals. I think the player of the tournament, bit of a boring pick, but I think it will be Kylian Mbappe. I think he's maybe got a bit to prove. Not winning the Ballon d'Or, or not being in the running for the Ballon d'Or so far this season. I think the kind of underrated or kind of surprise player of the tournament that people might not expect is going to be Frimpong.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah, I think he could start at right wing for Netherlands, and I think he could he's unstoppable when he's running at people, and I think he could be one of the surprise players of the tournament. I think the flop of the tournament could be Florian Wirtz. He's disappointed in the last few friendlies for Germany, and he got hooked at half time the other night. I know it's only friendlies, but his first big tournament, I think he will disappoint.
All right, Laurie, top scorer, player of the tournament, surprise of the tournament, and flop.
Okay, so top scorer, Harry Kane. I mean, that's fairly straightforward. Player of the tournament, again, as boring as it is, I think I would go for Real Madrid's latest signing, Kylian Mbappe. For surprise of the tournament, well,
What's up?
not sure who I'd go for.
So yeah,
That's a wee thing. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna be nice, and back something random happening here. England, I'm gonna give someone here. Kobe Mainu is gonna play
Oh,
when he's
that's
in the
nice.
game and score.
Cool. And flop of the tournament?
And flop of the tournament. Let's have a think here. I'll actually give a little flop of the tournament, which goes back to something you've said that maybe somewhat contradicts me. Robert Lewandowski will only score a single goal and will then be considered the flop.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, that wraps it up for our Euro 2024 predictions. Of course, we wish them not true and we wish Scotland will go all the way, but that's not going to happen in our wildest dreams. But anyway, thank you all so much for listening and watching. Go check out the Dugout at the Dugout 2024 on Twitter. And yeah, thank you to my co hosts once again. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.